Love is not a red balloon that deflates on the 15th. Love is not a promo code that expires at midnight. Love is checking on your friend when there's no camera. Love is reposting an artist when they only have 17 views. Love is buying the ticket even when the crowd is small. Love is staying. Love is building. Love is saying, I see you. There is no greater calling than to love loudly, daily, intentionally. There is no greater calling, no greater feeling, no greater way to show affection than to say it with your words. You never know whose heart you will touch. It must be a feeling that clouds your every breath. On the intake and the outtake, it is in the way you show up for your friends. It is the way you show up for your enemies or those who claim to be your enemies. Because in the cosmic soup, we are all in this together. Alright, Destiny Rex Ricch Cafe here with you in the studio, spoken word poet, writer, author of Literacy Peregrination, the convener, chief steward of the Leavers universe. Today we're going to be talking about love in its daily facets, in its daily forms. Right about now, we're going to be talking about love as daily practice. Right? And, I have a few talking points here with me. One of them is, why do we wait for special days to express love? And the next one is, why are creatives celebrated only when they blow? Right? Why do we only show up when it's trending? I think if you love someone, support their becoming, not just their arrival. How do we do this? How do we show up for people? One, we could buy books from local authors. Michael Emosen's Smell of Absence, I think it's currently in Nigeria. Smell of Absence and I can't remember the other one. I can't remember the name of the other one. But it won the Silliman Prize. I believe that was 2023 or so. All That Refuses to Die. It's currently in Nigeria. It's a poetry collection, a collection of poems. This is how you show up, right? This is how you love daily. As a creative, one thing you could do for me, lab, right? Literacy Peregrination, my book is out. That's the way you could show love, right? Attending poetry events, we have leaders coming up. This is how you can show up. This is how you can show up for us. Sharing creative work. What ideas do you have? Are you a filmmaker? Are you a storyteller? What do you do in the creative economy, in the creative society? How you can show love is by sharing. Oh, I have this idea. Oh, this is something that I've been working on for a little while. I feel like my experience here could actually point you in the right direction with your current project. That's how to show love. Alright? Encouraging struggling artists. My friend, oh my god, this would be like a diss, but it's not really a diss. And he posts it on his status. He keeps on saying it. Guys, I have an album coming out. Bido Humphrey, the Verbal Assassin, by the way. Transformation coming out sometime in March. We're going to have him in the studio either when he comes out or before he comes out. But we're going to have him in the studio so, we get to vibe to, some of the tracks. Amazing stuff. Moved all the way from secular rap to, gospel rap. And it's been an amazing journey with him so far. And, he would post it. He would say, yo, I'm working on an album, guys. Support me, my fellow bosses and bosses, support me, yeah? We're all trying to make this thing work because this is the lifeblood of life, right? Creativity is the lifeblood. It is what helps the doctor. It is what helps the lawyer. It is what helps the people in these different collar jobs to decompress because they see a lot of things every day. right? And we're gonna get to that in a little bit. See, okay, we're about to even get into that right now. But the last one on my list here is speaking up for justice. It's very important. You always have to speak up. Like as an artist, you are an you as much as you are an artist, you are also a social conscious warrior. It's very important because if you only write poems that are funny, then you're a comedian. Because the thing comedians are very good at doing is they they take the thing that is painful and they make it laughable. They talk about the country, the messiness of the country, and they make it laughable. It's the same thing you see on social media. So you're hearing that Northerners are killing, or some, let's not generalize it, right? But there's the conception that there are Northerners that are killing Christians. And what do people of the Olusegun Obasanjo internet go ahead to do? They go ahead to make funny TikTok videos about it. You're hearing people are dying, and it's so you're so removed from what is happening that there's so many memes going on about it. And the truth is, yeah, sure, it's funny, right? And the question sometimes is, what else can we do? Well, what else you can do is speak up about it. With the same vigor you use in creating those funny content, speak up about it. Talk about it. Let people be aware of the fact that you, who is a comedian, you are also a you are a cog in the machine. You cannot allow the smooth running of such iniquities to continue to go on smoothly. You must speak up against it. The creative is an emotional archivist. We document your heartbreak, we document your protest, we document your joy, we document your fate. Loving the creative is loving the culture. So what is it that you do? Are you a doctor? We see that, oh, you are so underpaid as a doctor. These are the facilities you have to work with. Every day there is one family member, somebody is like holding your coats, dragging you, so angry, so they don't know who else to pour their frustration on but you, who is the doctor. Why? Because a loved one has passed away. And the sad thing about it is, if certain facilities were provided for the hospital, it would have not been the case. You hear things like, oh, you took this person to the hospital to treat a gunshot wound and they say they cannot treat the person. You hear that somebody that was bitten by a snake, she could not, she died. There wasn't a hospital that could give her the vaccine, the anti-venom. There wasn't a hospital. And you hear things like this and you wonder, why is that the case? As a creative, as an artist, our job is to find out the why, to write about it, to talk against it. And if there's something that makes you smile, we are not just people who are out here, looking for things that are painful, the ills of the society. We find a way to balance things. So while the comedian does what the comedian does, the poet will do what the poet does. And everybody keeps on playing their role as creatives in the economy. All right? Now, quick movers and shakers spotlight segment. Now, so we're going to be doing a shout out for the poets who host open mics. We're going to be doing a shout out to the musicians that are dropping projects. We're going to be doing a shout out to the visual artists that are exhibiting, community gatherings that are happening around Port Harcourt. If you're building something beautiful in this city, do reach out to us. We're not competing, we are collaborating. There is no calling greater than tapping. There is no calling greater than tapping. There is no calling greater than tapping into. There is no calling greater than tapping into the part of you. There is no calling greater than tapping into the part of you that creates beauty in a chaotic world. I needed to keep on repeating that. There is no calling greater than tapping into the part of you that feels, that is filled with creative beauty in a chaotic world. You know, people would sometimes listen to a poet, listen to me. I'll use myself as a typical example. There's a music I operate with, a fundamental music that is always ever playing inside my head. And as an artist, one of the things I always try to do is I try to connect with it whenever I'm talking. So I'm never just talking for the sake of talking. Anytime I am saying something, I am connecting to that part of me that is listening to the music. In Oppenheimer, if you remember, there's a part where the doctor asked Oppenheimer, "Do you hear the music, Robert?" And he goes still for a little bit and he responds, "I do. I can hear the music." And the funny thing is, there is a cadence to the chaos in this world, and you always have to listen out for it. It's on the roads, on the streets. You know, that's why I can be on the road like when everybody is shouting, "Driver, waiting the happen now. Why they drive like this? You won't kill us." Me, I'm just sitting down there like I'm just chill like nothing. Because you see, in that chaos, there's a certain music, and you know that, and I think that's leading up to the fact, you know, because I was about to say that some creatives, right, are actually mad people that are still normal, right? Because a lot of people, like, you know, what do you mean by there's a music you can hear? Music from where? Like, what do you mean, right? But the thing, you who is listening to me and feels that way, even your pastor, I need you to understand this. I need you to hear this, and I need you to hear it clear. Even your pastor hears something. I'm hearing in my spirit. Waiting be that. You see, so there's this thing where we're so indoctrinated to the point where the thing that you say you are against this particular thing, it shows itself in another form, in something that you are familiar with. And you accept it, but it's still the same thing. As an artist, I tell you there's a music I can hear in my head. You be like, this one don't colo. Your pastor tells you, I hear something in my spirit, and you say, prophesy, Papa, prophesy. Because you are used to it. Because you are, from when you were a child, you were used to prophesy. The creative, the writer, the spoken word poet, the dancer, that youth on the streets saying those things that it doesn't really make sense to you, but there's a small gathering dancing on the streets. There's a small gathering. There are people who connect to it. Your job is not to castigate. Your job is to support, right? And we're going to get into that in a little bit. The love of the creative. See, creating is sacred. Writing is a form of resistance. Singing is healing. Poetry is memory. Poetry is how I say, I love you, without biting my tongue, without stuttering. Right? Poetry is that form that you can use in expressing some of your most vulnerable emotions without feeling like you know that meh feeling. There's this like sometimes you're like meh, you know. Poetry is just that. It's just that form of expression that goes beyond that. Because sometimes we are always in between sadistic, that is being sad, and then that meh feeling and joy. So that's 3 levels. So you're at that base. There's that base level of sadism where the because of the environment, the political climate, the economic conditions, the everyday that life throws at us. There's that base level. Then there's that level where you get to where you're like indifferent. Anyhow where the thing won't be, maybe nothing concern me again. I don't tire, right? That mere like you just dey, nothing they move you. You just dey, and then the next level after that, there is a little bit of like virtues that have to virtues that have to go out of you before you get to that level of joy. Before you get to that level of joy. Now you see what poetry does is poetry skips all those levels. Poetry skips all those levels because poetry is memory. Poetry is how I say I love you without stuttering. Why am I not stuttering? Because it is a part of me. There is a part of you that has felt this joy before. There is a part of you that has felt this loving feeling all across different points in your life. It comes and it goes, it comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. It's never a stable feeling. Poetry reminds you. And that's why I recite in poetry every day. Because as a creative, I have to constantly be reminded. Because if I don't constantly remind myself to be joyful, to be loving, as an artist, a social conscious warrior, man, you know the whole thing where, you know, Trump says, oh, dropped some bombs on the people, I mean the place where, you know, the killing of this was much and all that. And there wasn't any uproar per se. Like the way the internet would usually blow up about such things, it was actually very calm. Compared to what it is we are used to, it was actually very calm. Now, as a social conscious warrior, if I want to write about that particular thing, I have to go and do deep research on it. It's almost the same thing with journalism, right? You don't put out any body of work without doing deep research. Sometimes you even have to travel, go to these places, and to find out exactly what happened. But you see, in doing those things, a part of you sheds off. A part of you has to go numb. Because you hear things, you see a lot of things, and you keep on asking yourself, like, what are we here for? Like, why are we here? Why? Like, why are we here? But that's why we have poetry. That's why I will spin that tale into a poem that will elevate your emotions, push you to that place where you feel strongly something needs to give. Something needs to give. Listen, art is emotional oxygen. There is no greater love than loving the part of you that feels deeply. And I want you to know this. When you support a creative, you are protecting the emotional health of society. I'll say that again. Everything that I have just said now sums up to this. When you support a creative, you are protecting the emotional health of society. Listen to me. Leave us is tomorrow. Leave us is tomorrow. Leave us is... How shall I put this now? Leave us is not just tomorrow. Leave us is every day from tomorrow. Right? Leave us is every day from tomorrow. What do I mean by this? What it means is you can come out by 4 p.m. tomorrow. Come and hang out with us. Come and chat with us. Come and talk to us. Come and share ideas with us. Alright? But know that afterwards, we're going to be having dinners every month. I'm about to lock down something. And I'll probably share it next week Friday. But I want you to know that you see this agenda of love beyond the status quo, that it must be one day. Livers is here to break it. Livers is here to push the creative economy to the next level. And there's one thing I said yesterday during our X space, which was basically that we have to understand that love is God. Everything God created came forth from the word he spoke. Therefore, word is love, and each word we speak is God communicating love through us. Now, this is a concept that I am spinning into a daily narrative. So just prepare yourselves. We are about to do something extraordinary in the city of Port Harcourt. We're about to do something. In fact, we're already doing something extraordinary. We're just bringing it out here for you all to know that, hey, there's something amazing going on here. And next week, Friday, we're going to unveil a couple of things. If you're around tomorrow by 4 p.m. Asia Town, come meet us. Let's have a conversation. It's going to be an amazing time, I promise you. We're going to document, we're going to make videos, we're going to laugh, we're going to eat, we're going to chat love, right? And I want you to understand that Livers is not just about the event. It is not just an event. It is a gathering of hearts, different minds coming together. It's about connection. It's about expression. It's about intentional love. It's also about community, right? So if you're a poet, if you're a singer, a painter, thinker, dreamer, this is your room. Come. Don't wait until you blow. Come now. And if you don't create, but you feel deeply, we need you too. We definitely need you too. So DM us. You can send a message 091-612-70411, or you can reach out to us on Instagram at Livers Africa. That is LIVERSE Africa. No space, small letters. Call 091-612-70411. Reach out to us. Let's collaborate. Get to share your work with us if you're an artist, and show up tomorrow. Build with us. We are not building events. We're building culture. Remember to love loudly. Remember to support intentionally. Remember to create continuously. And let's heal collectively. Tomorrow, we're gathering not because it is February, but because love is the principal thing. Listen, again, phone line to call 091-612-70411. 091-612-70411. Looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow live, Asia Town, for the Love in Verses event, The Conversation. Destiny Rex, Ricch Cafe, signing out here from the Ricch Cafe on Wave 91.7 FM.